Thank you. And thank you for all the very interesting technical presentations. This presentation will be definitely not as detailed as you guys did before, but it was very interesting to listen to what you did. We are just starting the work in task 19, which the task is focusing on the PV integration in the electricity networks and markets. We also briefly discussed it before this meeting today that we are having here today, that yes, there is not much work to present, but I will give you a look, or we can take a look at what is planned. And of course, you're welcome to reach out if you're interested to join or maybe follow. That would be nice. So what is happening in task 19? We have a work program described. You can find it on the IEA PVPS website, and this task is then built into 9 subtasks, which I have here briefly described. So the first subtask is the national PV targets versus grid capacity. So we are here focusing on aligning the national PV capacities with the grid capabilities, and also then working on how should we approach optimizing grid extensions and storage solutions so that we can efficiently integrate the solar power into the network without introducing extensive curtailment. Then the subtask 2 will be focusing on the rights and obligations of prosumers. So how should it work for the prosumers, and evaluating the regulatory impacts, also creating templates for national and international codes. So it's a little bit more in the legal framework. And then the subtask 3 will be focusing on the PV in the smart grid. So how should these smart technologies integrate with the DSO networks, and how should we enhance the visibility and the security of this distributed energy resources? Then the following tasks, number 4, is the registration and commissioning. So in here we are going to be reevaluating the interconnection standards and the commissioning processes, and yes, try and streamline the approval procedures and integrate the digital solutions. Finally, task number 5 is focusing on the curtailment, something that we are also discussing quite a lot these days, and how to, the power management in curtailment, how we should approach the active control and curtailment strategies for PV systems. In this task, there's quite a lot of inverter manufacturers also included, as well as in the next task, number 6. And yes, the outcome of this task number 5 should be the best practices to implementation across different regulatory environments. And then task number 6 is the new inverter capabilities. And this here quite a lot of interesting work is gonna be going on with the with the inverter manufacturers. So this is both advancing grid forming converter technologies, a topic that is also widely discussed, and then also shape the future grid codes and requirements for that. And finally, we have the last 3 subtasks, and this subtask 7 is the aggregators, local markets, and energy communities. So it's, yes, again, aligning the work on these aggregators and energy communities it's discussed in many countries in a little bit different ways. So here all the participants from the IEA, from the task 19 from different countries are put together to discuss it. Number 8 is the local energy management, and that is focusing on the PV inverters, which are to be used as the central component in the prosumer energy systems, and also integration with batteries, EV charging, heat pumps, so the sector coupling included. and also the measuring the effectiveness on the energy management systems, which there are many available, and I think we are also going to focus on that. However, our work as EMD International for now will be mainly focusing on the subtask 9, and that is the energy economy in 100% renewable energy system based power systems. And here we are talking about the redefining the economic value of PVs and also aligning the feed-in tariffs and financial mechanisms with the fluctuating nature of renewable energy production. A little bit more details here, and I know my slides are very text heavy, but it's also because I don't have any beautiful pictures yet to present. So, but then, yes, just to perhaps put it short, I think we are already, I don't think I have to spend full 15 minutes, and everybody's going to be happy about it. But the activities in the subtask that we are expecting is to have to create an overview and comparison of the new energy markets, that market design that could work well in 100% renewable, so RES power systems. And for now, the proposed outcome of the subtask 9 will be a crash course for energy markets for prosumers and PV installers, analysis and evaluation of models with time-dependent feed-in tariffs. These are already introduced many places, but we are also trying to compare the different feed-in tariffs in different countries that are participating in the task, and also trying to identify which works well and best for the integration of PV panels in the network. And finally, have an overview and evaluation of the new energy markets design. And something perhaps a little bit different from other tasks I haven't participated in is the first task that I'm participating in, so perhaps I'm wrong, and you are very welcome to correct me. But here, what we discussed as a new approach is that we are not only working with subtasks, but in the subtasks we have something that we call the joint research activities. So these are working groups that work together for a limited period of time, up to 1 year, and we are focusing on a even smaller part of the subtask than defined in the overall description. So the first joint research activity, GRA, that we are joining as EMD here from Denmark is the GRA 9-1, and it's the international market structures and PV integration. And the output, so here we have participants. So the lead is from Germany, and then we have countries participating, which are Germany, China, France, EU. That's interesting that it's here. But Japan, Denmark, Finland, Morocco, Norway, and Portugal. And the outcome of that is what we want to achieve is to have a comprehensive paper with policy recommendations and market comparison from these countries that we have included in the GRA. And we have actually submitted an abstract already with the title of Integrating Solar Photovoltaics into Energy Capacity and Balancing Markets, which is an international comparison of market models, regulatory frameworks, and system flexibility. And here, all of the participants from different countries will contribute with the description of like a little bit more detailed description about these markets and how the regulatory frameworks works right now. And we are expecting to present it at a conference in Norway, Trondheim, in June 2026 for the International Conference on the European Energy Markets. And so that's for now all I can share with you. And I didn't take that much time, so we are a little bit back on schedule.